We have guidelines for families which suggest that when their borderline offspring or family member has one of these excessively angry reactions, that they listen carefully, look for whatever is true about it, and by validating that part of it which makes sense, it'll calm the person down. To address the part of it which is excessive and inappropriate can and should only be done in a context when the borderline person is themselves calm.
You know, when you have a child with this disorder, it's not something you talk about at weddings, that you go out socializing. You often don't talk about these kinds of things. So when family members go to a support group, it's an incredible process that happens for them because they feel that someone else understands them and understands what they've gone through.
You know, BPD is so much a disorder of relations, and the recovery really involves being able to get back into communities and have relationships and tolerate the distress and, you know, build up a life for yourself again.
I've found that insurance doesn't want to cover borderline as the initial diagnosis, that oftentimes you need to be given a different diagnosis, an Axis 1 diagnosis, such as bipolar, and that will be accepted for insurance.
Regrettably, families may have to strengthen themselves to fight insurance companies when they do wrongfully deny coverage for what is indisputably a medical disorder.
There's an effort to find brief treatments that will get these patients going. That's an illusion. These patients need long-term treatment.
I think it's important for families to recognize that the first no from the insurance company shouldn't be the last word on the subject.
The key thing to recognize about borderline personality disorder is you can't decide not to treat it. The insurance companies have to come to grips with this particular reality. The saying we won't pay for the treatment doesn't mean they don't pay for the treatment. They do pay for the treatment. Somebody pays for it. Because when you don't give them treatment, they show up in the emergency room and no one can kick them out of there. When they get to the emergency room, they often get on an inpatient unit. That's extraordinarily expensive care.